Okay. Now we have half dollars. Canada, like quarters and dimes, before 1920 they were sterling, and after 1920 till 1967, the half dollars are 80% silver. All of them are 80% silver. There's no 1967 half dollars and dollars. There's no 80%, 50% discrepancy. They're all 80%. And it seems that larger coins seem to sell better. So you might find it kind of tricky to get Canadian silver half dollars and dollars at good prices. People tend to prefer these coins and dollars over dimes and quarters. So you might find it kind of tricky at coin shows and on eBay to get these coins at good prices. But if you're diligent and if you buy like lots of coins, like a coin lot where it's just a mishmash, chances are you'll be able to get these coins at good prices. Okay. Oh, and as a side note, I would like to show you the Canadian half dollar centennial. I'm having trouble finding. And this is actually one of my favorite aesthetic coins. It's a howling wolf, and I actually I actually have dogs, and I just like how it looks like a big whining dog, which I've seen many times in real life. So I just like the way this coin looks. And again, this is 80% silver, no discrepancy, and this is the half dollar. And lastly, we'll discuss the dollar coin. These are big, gorgeous coins. And like half dollars, you may find it pretty difficult to get them at or below spot because people tend to like these coins. It's a nice big size, which there seems to be a definite trend that people seem to prefer larger silver coins. They were made from 1935 to 1967, and they are all 0.8 fine, all 80% fine, nothing else. And most of the coins you'll come across are the Queen Elizabeth version, because they made a lot of these mostly in the mid to late 60s. These are very common as far as mintages. They also had a lot of commemorative ones. But if you buy in lots, sometimes you can find earlier dates. This is actually 1936. It's the second year. It's slightly numismatic. But with dollars and half dollars, there are some rare dates, some numismatic dates. So you kind of want to be aware and don't get upsold into getting some rare coins, or being told that these are hard to find, because they're not. They definitely made large amounts. And this is actually the commemorative dollar coin. Again, keeping the animal motif for 1967. This is a goose, and this is 80% fine, nothing else. And these are dollars, Canadian silver dollars. So just to recap, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars from 1920, if applicable, till 1966 or 67 are 80% fine. Only things you need to study a little further into are quarters and dimes, and just go back in the video and you'll see what we talked about with the different finesses on those. And also a couple other things that I want to talk about in Canadian coinage that are not necessarily circulating coinage is, you'll see some of the coins are a little nicer than others. That's because you can obtain proof sets. Like US, Canada also issued proof sets. And these pop up pretty frequently, actually. They contain one of each coin, from the penny to the dollar. And they have 1.11 ounces of silver per package. I don't have any packages to show you, but you can find these under spot pretty regularly. it's just kind of the same with the U.S. proof set. So this is kind of changing a little bit. They're starting to creep up a little bit. And this is just my opinion, but I'm not really a huge fan of proof coins. I'm just not really crazy about the way they look compared to uncirculated coins. I think they just pick up fingerprints too easily, and they kind of haze over. And I don't really like the way they look. So I'm not really a massive investor in these proof sets, but they are a great way to get silver if you don't mind proof coins and the way they look. They're a great vehicle for getting cheap silver. So, I mean, if I can get it cheap, I'll buy it, but it's not really my favorite thing to invest. But that's just me. Let's see here. Also, I don't have any ready to show you, but Canada also issued a lot of commemorative coins throughout its history. You'll find this even in the circulating coinage, but there are some series that out there that are typically, there's a lot of them out there, and they typically go for well below melt. And so a lot of them are going to be numismatic, but there are a couple that come to mind that are not. And among these are the 1976 Canadian Olympics series. Canada hosted the Olympics in 1976, and they issued a huge amount of commemorative coins for this, 28 in all. The series is sterling silver, and they're all sterling silver, and there are 14 $5 coins, which contain approximately 0.72 ounces of silver per coin, and $10 coins, which contain double that, or 1.44 ounces of sterling, a pure silver, but it's in a sterling alloy. You can regularly find this series on eBay. If you just type in Canada 1976 Silver Olympics, a lot of them will pop up. And if you're looking for the whole series at once, you can probably find that it might be kind of tough to get a deal, because most people will pitch that it's a complete set and, you know, it's all complete, so they might try to upsell you. But if you buy individual coins or like smaller sets, they have a lot of different like 4-coin sets or, you know, single coins. You can probably have better luck with getting those at spot. But if somebody has, you know, a couple of these sets at once, you might be able also to get a better deal because you're just buying so much at once. But don't be upsold. Don't be told that it's, you know, a rare thing because they made, you know, millions, or at least, you know, over $1 million of each coin. It was a huge issue that they did for that one. And you know, if you by chance see like single coins from other you know, commemorative series that Canada did at spot, that's usually a good buy. But the 1976 is probably the biggest one that I know of that's a good deal nowadays. Who's to say in the future, maybe, you know, series that are rare now might, you know, over time become less and less desirable and closer to spot. If you have the foresight, I'm definitely interested in hearing more about it. But for now, the 1976 commemorative is good to go. Also worth mentioning is Newfoundland, which is a province of Canada, also issued their distinct coinage. And you don't typically find these, you know, super often, but typically they don't have much of a premium at all. And these are actually sterling coinage, but it must say Newfoundland on there. Don't get mixed up with, you know, regular Canadian coinage or, you know, coins of other countries. It'll say Newfoundland, and these are actually sterling. And I got them in a deal for less than melt, so I was pretty happy with that. I got a couple, and there's enough of it out there where I guess if you were very, very diligent, you could, you know, get a lot of these. But that's just something to watch out for, that it is a higher purity, and if you can get it below spot, you know, all that better for you. Okay, that's actually about it for Canada as far as what you're likely to find below spot at good prices in significant amounts. If you just start looking on eBay right now and just start looking around, you'll see that all this stuff is out there and all of it's ready to go. So just, you know, digest this video, watch it several times if you have to. I recommend watching this video while looking at a book of world coins for Canada, and just don't jump in until you feel comfortable and you know the silver value as relative to the amount of silver that's in the coin. And you're going to make mistakes, but you're also going to probably have some good deals because you're not too late. So go for it, and that's Canada in a nutshell.